Maybe I can help them, maybe I can't. Now I'll switch over if I'm the one that's in the water and needing help.
So this is pretty much a ice safety event.
So I'm in the water. Do you think it's easy to grab a hold of ice and pull yourself out? No, it's pretty slippery.
We're down here on the St. Louis River. We're here with the St. Louis River Alliance.
That's a pretty thick chunk of ice, but not thick enough to walk on.
This event is part of a series that we're doing over the next 3 years, funded by the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, where we're working with residents of the river to help connect them to the newly restored areas of the river.
Thanks for coming.
And just learn more safety and where the access points are.
This is my patrol area here, so I got a decent chunk of the St. Louis River goes through my station.
The DNR is actually putting together most of the things that we're going to do today because we were going to do a snowshoe demonstration. There's no snow, so we canceled that part of it.
Basically doing some demonstrations and giving some presentations on ice safety.
Yeah, we recommend a minimum of 4 inches. So 4 inches for you guys. Do you know how much 4 inches is?
We're demonstrating how to measure ice.
So I have a tape measure and we're gonna go look at the holes in the ice today.
We're demonstrating some self-rescues if we find ourselves in situations where we may have fallen through the ice.
This is where I want to keep crawling. Maybe I'll roll away, maybe I'll crawl away, but crawl until you get onto ice that you feel is solid enough to support your body.
And we're also giving some demonstrations on the various ice safety gear that can be made available to you.
Does anybody want to try a throw bag activity?
We have a throw bag activity that you can do where everybody will actually have a chance to throw a bag and see how hard it is and how well they can do it.
Perfect throw.
So it's more of a hands-on activity, I would say.
All right, that was very good.
We spent a whole year talking to residents about what they wanted to do on the river and what were their barriers to doing it. So these next 3 years, we're just getting done with the first year. This is our 4th event.
The stage we're at now is implementing many remediation projects where we're taking care of contaminated sediments.
So for the next 3 years, we're doing events that people said that they wanted to do. And this is a really important one because a lot of people don't feel safe near the river, and a lot of that is in the winter as well. So we want to make sure people are equipped when they're starting to experience the river now that it's getting cleaner by all the restoration that's been done on it. And so as we're connecting people to the river where people have not been able to in the past, we're addressing some of the barriers that have been in place. People who have lived along the river their whole lives or are just moving here. This area has been more impacted by the pollution and by being cut off by industry and many other reasons why people have not been able to connect with the river. So what the Alliance does is helping try to connect people to the river, so we're really happy to be able to do this.
This is a little bit more in depth than we probably normally go. We've definitely done some interviews and some presentations to different groups in the past, but I feel like we're going a little further with the demonstrations and the live ice rescue, the self-rescue, and we actually have a little bit more engagement with the people that are participating in this event.
Now, if I've been in the water for a while, what's going to happen to my hands? They're not going to work too well. They're going to be pretty cold.
This is definitely a unique year with the snowfall that we've gotten or not gotten, and then with the warmer temperatures this year. So we're seeing a lot of varying ice conditions on lakes and rivers and ponds in the area, which creates some concerns because people still want to venture out and do these things. They want to snowmobile, they want to get out, they want to go ice fishing, snowshoeing, and other activities on frozen water that they would normally be doing.
This is where I want to keep crawling. Maybe I'll roll away.
In other years in February, usually you have enough ice to where it's not even that much of a concern. But this year we want to really push that. We don't know what's out there.
Suddenly hear that crack, crack, crack. Oh shoot, I'm going to go through. We don't want to go all the way through. We want to try to stay on top, right?
As far as ice thickness and ice conditions, and we want people to have the education and the tools and the skills to go out there and do things safely.
Not just measure it, but to look at the quality of the ice and see how, if it's clear or white.